looks. Oh, it's gonna look so nasty. Oh, there's already antifreeze coming out. Ugh. That's mixed with antifreeze. Look, it's like it looks like my coffee. Can you give me Oh, wow. That is nasty. Top. Right here. Oh man. Look at that. Ew. It's not sludgish. It's not like slush. It's just. It looks like gold paint coming out of the damn thing. It literally looks like gold paint. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's what I gotta flush out of here after I do the head gasket. All right, let's go ahead and see how this oil filter is gonna look. I'm gonna plug this up because it seems to still be draining. Little drops, as you can see. Oh my God, this filter is gonna be just as bad. I don't know where that came from, because everything fell inside of the thing. This thing is brand new, so it shouldn't be leaking, but let's see. How this is gonna look. Come on, bitch. There we go. There we go. Oh, let me center this. Oh, this isn't gonna be centered. But let's see. Oh my God. Yet. Oh, I could see it. There it is. Oh, I could. Oh man. Oh man, touched it. Ugh. Okay, what are you? Oh, fuck it. Bitch! And, ugh. Oh yeah, look at that. This filter's had it. Look at that, it looks like caramel. Got some work ahead of me. Okay, so you saw me drain that nasty oil out of this car. So what I've got to do is take the head off of this vehicle. So it's going to be a long process, because in order to take the head, obviously I got to take off the headers, the intake. I got to get some of this stuff here out of the way. I got to get this out of the way. I got to flush the system anyways, because the coolant is what mixed with the oil. But in order for me to get the head off, I got to take off the left side of this so I can access the timing chain, so I can remove the tensioner, remove the timing chain off of the cams, so that way I can remove the cams after I got all this taken out. Because in order to take the head and get to the studs, I need to remove the cams, because the studs or the head bolts are right underneath the cams. So right now you're gonna see me try and just get as much as this off as I can on this video. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna throw this on a time lapse. Most of what I'm doing today is gonna be self-explanatory when it comes to removing, like the intake. I'm gonna remove the intake. I'm gonna try to remove this. Then I'm gonna move on to the intake manifold. I'm gonna disconnect this, and then I'm gonna go to the back and I'm gonna disconnect the exhaust manifold. Then after I disconnect the exhaust manifold, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe unbolt this but not remove it, because there's still fluid inside of it and I don't want it dumping out. So I'll unbolt that. I won't remove it, but then I'll start unhooking these coil packs. And if you look, somebody numbered these already. Oh, I just finished taking off that. But these were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna have to redo it because I just took off the number 4. But I'm gonna try to keep these in the same spot they're at. So I'm gonna disconnect this wire harness and I'll pull that out. I'm gonna try to label it as best as I could. I've never worked on one of these engines before in my life, but it reminds me of a K24. It's very similar to a K24 in regards to where everything is at and how everything looks. Because in order for me to remove the head, I gotta take off a plate that's on this side, just like a K24, to remove the tensioner, just like a K24, and it has the 2 cams up here, just like a K24. And in order to get to the bolts, I gotta remove the cams. So that's gonna end up being a later video, but right now what I'm doing is gonna disconnect everything I could possibly disconnect from the top part of this engine. So that's what you're gonna see me doing in a time lapse. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do for today. So today I was able to disconnect the intake. You can see it separated. I was able to disconnect the exhaust. Ready to go. Disconnected these lines here. Wire harness here is loose, ready to go. So whenever I get the head ready to pop out, I could just bring it out. I got the coils out, which I noticed this first one has oil in it. You see it reflecting there on the bottom. one's decently dry, clean. This one, you can kind of see some corrosion at the tip of it. I'm gonna show you why in a second. But I'm gonna do a little research because I looked in here, and it looks like there's like supposed to be a bolt or something here. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. I'm gonna do a little bit more research and see what the purpose of that is. Took out the intake tube. This I didn't take out because it's just gonna be attached to this. I don't need that to be removed. I just need it to be out of the way whenever I lift up the head. But let's come over here, and this is the coil pack that was in that first one. You can see all the oil that's on it. So good thing I got the kit because it comes with all this to be replaced. This is that second one. That was alright. You can kind of see some of this corrosion at the tip. Same thing with this last one. This one here though, when I removed it, this is the one that had the corrosion on the tip of the spark plug. Check this out. It was broken. It was broken. So I'm gonna need a new coil pack for that. Maybe just all four, depending on how much they cost. So that's a problem. No wonder it wouldn't want to start for me before. Besides the oil and coolant being mixed up, it makes sense. But that's as far as I got today. On the next video, I'm going to see how much further I can get. Going by the looks of it, I'm going to have to remove, I'm going to have to remove this motor mount here. So I'm going to have to prop up the bottom of the engine with a jack, so that way it doesn't sag down and break the other motor mounts. But so on the next video, I'm going to jack this up, not jack it up, but I'm going to support it so I can take this motor mount out. Then I'm going to go ahead, and from the looks of it, I might have to take the valve cover off first so I can access the plate on the side, which more than likely I'm going to have to take that wheel off to make it easier to get to. So that's where we're at now, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.